Welcome back everyone, it's Tuesday and you already know Tuesday is the webinar day. So are you registered already or are you losing time, you wasting your time? You're not registered yet. Well, you're supposed to be already because today at 5 to 6 p.m. on Sydney time, I'm saying on Sydney time, all right? So just make sure to see what time will be on your country, on your region. But 5 to 6 p.m. on Sydney time, we will have Tuesday webinar. Therefore, make sure to register yourself, all right? The only thing we ask is for the email to be able to send the link to something, you know, you can't just register and nothing, but that's the only thing we ask. We don't ask credit cards, we don't ask anything, all right? It's completely free. The link for registration is down at the description of this video. Now, today is a very important day for Europe, for UK and for US, all right, because we will have some data coming out from those three countries I've just mentioned. Well, the first one, it will be Europe, all right, the first one being Europe at 6 p.m. on Australia time, coming at the services PMI, and after that at 6 o'clock as well, coming in the manufacturing PMI. Now, both of them are for the month of April. All right, month of April. One thing I want to make it very, very clear here is I have a screenshot that you guys can see right now at the video here. I've took this screenshot just now from the ECB, European Central Bank. And, you know, you guys can see that it says economic activity, and right at the first three lines on the yellow highlighted, it says, the economy remained weak in the first quarter, while spending on services is resilient. Manufacturing firms are facing weak demand and production is still subdued, especially in energy-intensive sectors. Now, let's come back here for the economic calendar now. What does it say for the consensus? Well, consensus it says 51.8 for services and manufacturing PMI 46.5. Okay, the previous services PMI was at 51.5 and the previous manufacturing PMI was at 46.1. Okay, now just having a quick glance here, what are the consensus expecting for both? Well, looking at those lines, what are the consensus expecting for both of them? Well, simple, a higher than the previous. But let's come back to the image already that I've just showed from the three lines highlighted from ECB. Let's read it again. While spending on services is resilient, manufacturing firms are facing weak demand and production is still subdued, especially in energy-intensive sectors. Now, come back to me. What does that represent to us? That they are expecting. Of course, if you read through the other lines, you can see that in the end they will stated that they are anticipating an economic growth and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But for today, this is not what I'm looking for, because those three lines made it very clear to me that yes, in a very short span of time, there may be negative news coming from Europe. In a long period of time, of course, the economy will become resilient, will have better numbers, but not at this point. Okay, so I'm expecting a lower than the consensus for services and manufacturing PMI. Maybe services have as expected, okay, but manufacturing PMI I'm expecting below the consensus, that is 46.5. I forgot to mention that we will have as well German services PMI and German manufacturing PMI at 5:30 p.m. Consensus being 42.8 for manufacturing and 50.6 for services. Previous of manufacturing was 41.9 and previous for services was 50.1. So again, are expecting a little bit of a up move on German, as well as French manufacturing PMI and French services PMI. They are, both of them are expecting a little surge, a little up than the previous from before. Then moving to the Composite PMI and the services PMI for UK at 6:30 p.m. We don't have any consensus for the Composite PMI, and we do have a services PMI consensus at 53 from the previous of 53.1. So that means a little below what the previous was. Okay. Then moving ahead at 10 o'clock, we will have building permits from US, and then 11:45, that's the big news for the day, manufacturing PMI and services PMI. Well, if you want to know my take on the manufacturing PMI and the services PMI, be ready, because I will present these tonight at my webinar from 5 to 6 p.m. on Sydney time. All right, guys, this is all from me. If you want to know what's going to happen with the US dollar, so then stay tuned, come to the webinar, and I will definitely give my presentation and my best speech for everyone in there. All right, if you have any questions, please just put down in the comments, and if you're not in that Telegram group yet, please do it. So just register in the comments or in the description of this video. Most probably will be the link for you to join us in there, where you can access everyday content from me, all right, sending directly to you on the group. All right, guys, have a great day ahead, or a great night, a great morning, and I see you soon. See you.